My name is Amaria Elijah Israel. I am the messenger of the covenant. I am the servant, a servant of the Most Holy One of Israel. The Father Almighty, bless the Father Almighty first off. He gave me a revelation this morning and he told me to share it. So I am. Of course, I do everything the Father Almighty tells me to do, regardless of whether the people like it or not. Oh, yeah. So speaking of that, a lot of people, a couple people that have watched my videos, they put the thumbs down and they got all this crap to say and all this, that, and the other. First off, what comes from the most holy one of Israel? For you to be able to receive it, you have to belong to him. That's for one. See, what the masses are doing, that don't have nothing to do with him. The masses, is salvation alone is in the Father. It's not in the throngs of people. So please continue to thumbs down the video. I don't need you to like, I don't need you to share, and I don't need you to subscribe. If you want to do any of those things, you don't have to. I'm not here for that. I can care less. Because what I'm speaking comes straight from the Father Almighty. And I could be speaking to one or two or three or four peoples. Less than that. I could be speaking to a half of a person. I've done my job. So this coming from the revelation he gave me is from 2 Kings chapter 5. Read on from 20 on down. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of the Most High, said,
Look, my master has spared Naaman the Syrian, while not receiving from his hands what he brought. But as the Father lives, I will run after him and take something from this man.
So Gehazi pursued Naaman. When Naaman saw him running after him, he got down off the chariot and he said, Is all well? And he said,
All is well. All is well, yeah. My master has sent me to you saying, indeed, just now 2 of the young men of the sons of the prophets have come up to me from the mountains of Ephraim. And he said, please, get him a talent of silver and get him 2 changes of garments. Please, give it to them.
And knowing all along, them is his kinfolk. They are of the same people. He's saying the sons of the prophets, but either way it go, them his people. They from the same tribe, Ephraim. So Naaman said,
please, take 2 talents.
And he urged him, and he bound 2 talents of silver and 2 bags and 2 changes of garments, and handed them to 2 of his servants. And they carried them on ahead of him, 2 of his servants. When they came to the citadel, he took them from their hand and stored them in the house. Then he let the men go, and they departed. They went on back. Now, when Gehazi went to go look at Elisha is anointed and could see right through this fool. And he said, did not my heart go out with you when you went to go begging for crap that it ain't time for that? Don't I know this? You don't think I know that you just want to go ask this man for stuff that he said? Look, Elisha said, it is not time for that. It is not time for you to be receiving of goods, of money, of clothing, of food, oxen and all of that type of stuff. It's not time for that. This is a miracle that the Father has done. It's not time. It's not time for that. Well, anyhow, so the Father Almighty gave me a revelation, made me watch something on Netflix, a documentary about the Hurricane Maria. And the Puerto Rican people came to New York. When they first get to New York, first thing they do, they looking at all this old knockoff name brand Gucci and Fendi or Louis Vuitton crap. That's what they doing. And then the second thing they did was try to find them housing. They didn't end up getting no housing. They ended up going into a shelter, which is still a blessing. And they over there, you know, they do a lot of worshiping the idols, and they was crossing themselves and all of this. If Jesus could save you, wouldn't you be saved? Okay, well, anyway. So the Father Almighty spoke to me very clearly, and he said, the Puerto Rican people are Ephraim. And he said also, the last part of the scripture right there, it says, and the leprosy of Naaman, which Naaman got healed from, the leprosy of Naaman will descend, will go to you and your people. What is the word to use? Oh, I'm sorry. What is the word that we use? Oh, he just used clean. The leprosy of Naaman shall cling to you and your descendants forever. His descendants are the Puerto Rican, who they call Puerto Rican people. That's who they are. That's thus saith the Holy One of Israel. He gave me this revelation when I was in the water this morning. And he told me, let my people know. Now, again, this is for those that have a way to go already. Now, I'm not no 12 charts person. I'm not none of that. None of that. The Father Almighty tells me who is who and what's what. A little bit here, a little bit there. So, glory be to the Father Almighty. And be strong and be of a good courage, because gross darkness will soon cover this earth. And then, what will you do in the end? Watch how you treat people. Watch what you're thinking about. Watch your eyes. Watch your ears. Guard your nose. Guard everything. This is for those that belong unto him. Those that don't, you got to go anyway.